Please welcome back Sam Sifton, food editor, The New York Times, and Charles Duhigg, senior editor for conferences and live journalism, The New York Times.
Good morning.
Welcome back. Good morning. Welcome back to this second day of the second annual New York Times Food for Tomorrow conference. We're thrilled you're back. Long and awesome day yesterday, at least in my opinion. I don't know about
I thought it was fantastic.
Your opinion. Those skate wings, you know, the little skate bones that were fried. Oh my God, those things were good.
That's what those were?
That's what those were. Garbage made delicious. We have a really strong and exciting day of programming for you today. This morning we've got Paul Krugman is here to talk to you. Paul Greenberg is sitting right there in his cap. He's going to talk about the future of fish, which is a subject we haven't talked about much on this stage and which is crucially important to any discussion of what's going to be our food for tomorrow. And then later this morning, Tom Vilsack, the U.S. Secretary of Agriculture, is here. Then we're going to go to a pretty cool lunch program, which you're going to explain, Charles. Why don't you do that?
Okay, absolutely. And in fact, before I do, let me take a second. If everyone doesn't mind standing up, in addition to being a reporter at the Times, I wrote a book about habits a couple of years ago, and the only thing I carried away from this was that your brain stops working after you've been sitting for about 45 minutes, and we're now 45 minutes in. So if you don't mind, just go up on your toes like this. If you activate this muscle for some reason, your brain will get like reset for the next 45 minutes, and then after that you won't remember anything that's said today. But you all have permission at any point today to stand up and stretch your legs. Go ahead and sit down. You did a wonderful job of standing up, which actually leads into what we're going to be doing for lunch. Whereas yesterday we had a fantastic sit-down lunch, we're going to do something kind of different today at lunchtime. There will be a buffet lunch in the restaurant that will be served for the full 2 hours. There will also be a huge number of activities going on at the farm, and right before we break for lunch, I'll tell you a little bit about that. But just to give you a little bit of a preview and think about it, we would love for you to spend some time during that period, 2 hours, to explore the farm that we're on and learn a little bit about it, and then come back for our afternoon program.
Well, you know what's interesting? The Power of Habit's a couple years old, and if you think about it, if that book had been written 50 years ago, we wouldn't have been doing this. We would have all been smoking.
It's true.
It's kind of fascinating.
Feel free, also. Actually, no.
So and that's how quickly change comes to America. So the afternoon is also super strong. Steve Case, who you may have seen last night, is here to talk. Kerry Kennedy is here to talk about farm workers and justice, another subject that bears a lot of discussion in this room. And Deborah Eschmeyer is here from Let's Move at the White House, senior policy advisor for nutrition, to talk about food policy in the nation, which is something we were talking about just yesterday. So that should be, and you'll be moderating that. And that would be an excellent thing to do. Finally, during that lunch, look around. We are in an absolutely beautiful place to talk about this stuff. And as we make our way back to our homes and offices, there's going to be a little leaching of the positivity, a little leaching of the optimism that we feel here today. So get as much in during lunch as you can so you can take it back and we can continue to talk about food for tomorrow in the United States. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
For your day.